All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go over what this film is about, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts. So it says, set against the sun-bleached grit of Los Angeles, Crime 101 weaves the tale of an elusive jewel thief, played by Chris Hemsworth, whose string of heists along the 101 freeway have mystified police. When he eyes the score of a lifetime, his path crosses that of a disillusioned insurance broker, Halle Berry, who is facing her own crossroads. Convinced he has found a pattern, a relentless detective, Mark Ruffalo, is closing in, raising the stakes even higher. And then the heist happens, blah blah blah, etc. etc. Um, this film did not do good. And I wonder if it comes down to it being taboo. Back in the day, when you did a superhero film, people weren't getting casted to do other work, or it was hard for them to break out the character. It reminds me of all the people that played as Power Rangers. Okay, so it reminds me of like Jason David Frank. He was a Power Ranger since teen, I take it, right? But it's almost like it's hard to break out. Like even with Tom Holland, when Tom Holland started venturing out into other roles, all those other films did not do well. Now, people who were commenting about this film stated that Chris Hemsworth has had a lot of flops. Okay. And despite how funny and interesting Chris Pratt is, it's also happened to Chris here and there. And again, I don't even think a lot of people even saw the $300 million film that he was in called The Electric State. I did a whole review on it. You guys are welcome to go check it out. But it didn't even hit top 10 on Netflix. I think I blinked and it was there for like a day and then it fell off quick. But from my recollection, it never hit top 10. I'm just going to say it right then and there, which means it flopped hard. I mean, Gal Gadot's film, Heart of Stone. Is that what it was called? Hold on. Yeah, Heart of Stone. But they still have not worked on a second one, even though it did excellent. They said Heart of Stone was on top 10 for over 10 weeks. I think it comes down to who your favorite A-lister is. You can be an A-lister and still not get people to go watch your film. I like Gal Gadot. She's like one of my favorite. On top of Halle Berry being my favorite, and Dwayne Johnson. Like there are A-listers where I'll be like, you know what? Let me watch a whole bunch of Dwayne Johnson films today, or let me go see what watch a whole bunch of Angela Bassett. You know, that's why, to be honest, Angela Bassett is the only reason I watch 911. I literally just started watching 911. I'm not going back into the past to watch past seasons. I started last year, have not missed an episode. Some people just gravitate towards certain people, and I think it's coming off as Tom Holland. If you ain't Spider Man, I ain't checking for it. Which is why I'm seeing him venture off into other works, his own production company. And didn't he release like his own alcohol beverage? It didn't. I went to all the stores. I didn't see nothing moving off those shelves. I don't know. I have to double check. I saw his face as the product of the company and the name on the poster and the drinks on the shelves, but nothing was moving. I think it comes down to people like Angela, Holly, Dwayne, or Gal Gadot to get people to move, or Scarlett Johansson. Okay, and I think Chris Hemsworth, no shade, is just if he ain't Thor, what are we talking about? And I really think that's what it comes off as. Now, the guy that plays as Loki, a lot of people were excited for Night Manager, so they could watch him outside of, but because he's bisexual, okay, he's fluent, he'll go both ways, okay. And I'm not saying Chris Hemsworth should go that route. I'm just saying like he's just not. I don't see him as one of those A-listers where you could just, because to be honest, I never had a Chris Hemsworth day where I just sit and watch all the films and work he's been in. I only do that for some actors and actresses that I've just named off. So yeah, I mean, y'all welcome to comment y'all thoughts, but 90 million for production, 72 million box office is a flop. Let's get into these Rotten Tomatoes. Now, this is why we don't always look at Rotten Tomatoes unless it came down to that Kim K show. What was that show called? All's Fair. I think those critics just don't like Kim K, but the show was terrible. Um, the girl from American Horror Story, Sarah Paulson, almost looked like she wasn't even fully into the character. I digress. But Niecy Nash, I could watch Niecy Nash all day, so I like Niecy Nash. Now the Rotten Tomato score 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, 85% on Popcometer. I mean, the way these critics are going crazy, they made it seem like this was better than Scream 7. Them checks must have cleared. Uh, I'm joking. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Okay, I love Halle Berry. I enjoy Chris Hemsworth. Uh, Not usually my kind of thing, but watch for Mark Ruffalo. Uh, Okay, all right. Somehow these reviews didn't correlate with the numbers, but some people complained that it should never have been named Crime 101 when you got heavy hitters from Marvel and a whole who played Marvel characters. They said it should have been named something else, and there wasn't really a lot of advertisement behind this film. I mean, Holly Berry posted it on her screen, but I should have saw at least the way my YouTube algorithm works is yes, it's a lot of politics on there first, and then it'll show me some movies and TV shows that are coming out. The fact that this didn't even come across my algorithm was actually kind of odd, but I digress. But yeah, I was just sharing my thoughts. Don't jump me, okay? Because what I said is true. Okay, Gal Gadot and Heart of Stone led 10 weeks flat. Chris Pratt, his it fell flat after the first week. It just never hit top 10, so it bombed terribly. Chris Hemsworth, well, and now Halle Berry, The Union was actually on top 10 for about 3-4 weeks. Now could have been because it was with what's that boy's name? Mark Wahlberg. Oh my god, I can't believe I got all these names memorized. But those two together, okay, yes. So 3-4 weeks. So I don't know. A lot of people just weren't interested. Calling it Crime 101 didn't just move people, and they should have gave Halle Berry some fight sequences and showed a glimpse of that. I bet you people would have showed up to the theater. But outside of that, you guys are welcome to subscribe. I'm not gonna go through all these reviews. Someone said they tried a couple of times to watch. Chris Hemsworth character is dull, wooden. Nothing about this film convinces. The plot, the dialogue, the scene of intimacy. Perhaps it gets better in the second half, but I doubt it. Okay, wow. Well, at least someone shared their real thoughts. I was pretty disappointed in this film. Based on the rankings, I thought it would be much better. Mark Ruffalo's performance was very bad and not believable. Oh, oh. In general, none of the characters besides Halle Berry were inspiring. Wow, okay, that Halle Berry got that power, okay? But yeah, make sure you comment, make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.